Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my sacred space and welcome to my YouTube channel. Behind me I have my altar, and this is the space where I do my daily practice and spellcrafting and all of the other witchy magical stuff that I do. So yes, welcome to my space. In this video I wanted to talk about the goddess and God and how you can work with them in your daily life. But before I do, hi, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. If you're new to the channel and you want to become a witch or a Wiccan, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. So the goddess and God in Wicca are the masculine and feminine principles of gender from a hermetic point of view that we experience within ourselves and within nature. And they are represented, as you know, throughout history. Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Celts, all over the world, all cultures have a pagan history. And you'll generally find when you dig down deep that there is masculine and feminine essences running through these stories and these myths. So from a Wiccan perspective, the divine expresses its creative self through the active principle and through the receptive principle, the giving principle and the receiving principle. And out of those two, if you understand numerology, you have the one, which is the unity of everything, splitting into two, and out of that two comes the three, and the three is the creation. The three is what is being created. And it's often overlooked, the third force, the force of magic, of creating, by bringing the active and the giving aspect and the receiving, more open receiving, and sometimes called the passive aspect. If you understand Taoism at all, it's the yin and the yang. The goddess and God are often referred to as a polarity. And whilst there are differences between where giving and receiving, for example, are polar opposites, they're not really a total polarity because there are aspects that also they share. So they're not a total polarity like night and day are a polarity. There are aspects that are opposite, but there's also aspects that are the same. So they're not really a polarity, and they're more a creative vehicle, a vehicle for creation. So when you're looking at the God aspect, you're looking at the giving aspect. So this is the providing, the giving aspect in nature. If you're looking at the goddess aspect, you're looking at the receiving aspect, the shaping and the forming aspect. So the goddess takes what's given and gives it form. So they work together as two forces that create a third, where the third comes in. And when we understand that magic is about working with that third force, and we can see the third force in nature, we can really understand a little bit more about the way that nature works from a numerological point of view, as well as from that divine essence point of view. So we talk about the God and we talk about the goddess. And one of the ways that they are represented is through our four magical tools. So we've got here the cup, which is a feminine symbol, and it's feminine because it is open and it is a vessel for receiving. It's also a vessel for containing and giving form to that which is received. So the masculine is the athame, for example, is a symbol of the masculine. The sword is a symbol of the masculine. So is the wand, and another feminine symbol is the pentagram. And this one is a pentagram inside a circle. We refer to it as a pentacle. And this is another feminine force. It represents the element of earth, which is feminine. So this is where we will often put the things that we're wanting to give form to. So our petitions, talismans, when we're charging them up and doing spell work. So They're the symbols of the masculine and feminine. Sometimes they're even referred to as dualistic, but they're not even dualistic because they're not actually in opposition to each other, which dualism implies. They're actually working energies together, and they're inside everything. The way that you can work with them in witchcraft, in Wicca, is not only through your tools and using your tools in magic and when you're constructing a circle, you can work with them on a daily basis as well. So first, you can work with them by invoking them every day. And even if you don't have a particular deity to work with, so you don't resonate now maybe with a particular god or a particular goddess because maybe you're new to Wicca, or you just aren't in that place yet where you resonate with particular deities. When I first started out in Wicca, I did not resonate with any particular deities. It took me about 10 years before I actually resonated with a deity. So it's not necessarily to be concerned about finding your goddess and god from the get-go. Just allow the energies of the goddess and generic god, and even if you don't know what they are, invoking them every day, meditating on the essence and energy that you're feeling after you invoke them is a way for you to get to understand these energies, even if you don't have specific deities to work with. That's okay. Spirituality isn't something that you can say this is it or this isn't it. It is a personal gnosis. It's a personal experience, and you only get to understand spirituality by practicing it and actually doing it and learning from doing it. And that's where you develop the gnosis. We might know things up here in our head, but gnosis is actually knowing it in our very being, where your whole body knows it. Your whole body experiences it. It's like a body experience, which is probably sounds weird, but we sense the world through our bodies. So when we have this knowing of a spiritual connection to the goddess and God, we actually really experience it in our bodies. And it feels like it extends beyond the body, but it is very much in the body that we experience it. So invoke them, just a simple invocation. I now invoke the goddess and God. I see them now before me. Welcome to my daily practice. It could be as simple as that. And then maybe meditate on what do you feel, what do you sense. Give them an offering, offer them something as a gesture of gratitude, as a gesture of goodwill. And the offering can be simple. It could be some tea, it could be coffee, it could be simply some honey. It can be something very, very simple. It doesn't have to be something that you have to spend money on every day. You can even offer water and incense if it's a daily practice. And feel that through your giving, you are then opening yourself up to be able to receive from them at the same time, because you want this reciprocal relationship going where you are working with the masculine and feminine energies, and you're also working with the masculine and feminine energies around you as well. So that giving and receiving is something that you're experiencing yourself and also experiencing through connecting to the deities as well. Apart from offerings and invocation, another really good way, if you do have a specific deity that you want to work with, or you have two specific deities to work with, is to use mantra. So you could use a mantra, make up a mantra using the deity's name or part of their name. A mantra doesn't have to necessarily be their whole name. It can involve working around the name with the symbols. Play with developing a mantra, even if it is just using their name, or putting EO in front of their name. Having a chant or a mantra that you do every day is a way that you can connect with the deity. Seeing in your mind's eye the deity in front of you, doing the mantra and feeling the connection between you and the deity. It helps you work with the deity within yourself. So from an archetypal point of view of deity, which a lot of people are more focused on, more of a psychological model of deity, so it's about archetypes. But it also connects you to the spirit model of deity as well, where the deities are also spiritual energies at the same time. So working with mantra is a really beautiful way to connect with the deities on a daily basis. And as you're going through your day, after you've done your daily practice, and if you don't have a daily practice, I'll tell you at the end of this video how you can get one. If you look for the giving and the receiving energies throughout your day, where are the giving? Where is the receiving? When are you in your giving mode? When are you in your receiving mode? When are you more watery? When are you more fiery? Where do you feel yourself grounded in the earth? And other times more to do with air and connecting with those energies. So working with the elements is a good way to work with the god and goddess as well. The elements of fire and air tend to be more the god aspects, and water and earth tend to be more the goddess aspects. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a little bit of each in the other. If you think of the yin and yang symbol, where you've got a little bit of each in the other, it's like that with the goddess and god too. That's why they're not really a polarity as such. They do share similar things as well, and they can still do similar things as well. So it's not completely divided. There's just things that they tend to dominate over more so than the other. So a daily practice of invocation, meditation, mantra, offerings, and seeing how they play out in your daily life is the way to go to connecting with the goddess and the god. And if you do want a daily practice and you haven't got one, I do have the ultimate guide to starting a Wiccan practice that works. It is a 5-day video series that takes you over a 5-day period, step by step, through setting up a very simple daily practice that doesn't have to take you that long to do. It's probably only about 15 minutes a day, where that time is for you and your practice. And once you've got that practice in place, you can then extend it and change it and add to it as you go through your learning. But it is a good place to start. So the link to that is in the description field below this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you to all of the subscribers out there. My sincere thanks for you watching my videos and turning up and watching my videos. I of course could not do this without you. So blessed be to all of you wonderful subscribers out there. I will see you on the next video.